we are here to make that happen. Now, we are all about customizing trip. What it means customizing trip? We do everything for the requests that your clients need. Length of stay, budget. We can add one destination. We can do multi countries. Let's say that your clients finish a cruise in Barcelona and they wanted to experience the south of Spain or Madrid. We can put all that together for you, but not only rail and hotels, activities, experiences, those ferries, those private transfers to go back to the airport. Now, we can do that in reverse. So if you see an itinerary that you like and your client wants to do it back to back, why not? We offer over 5,000 itineraries in our website that all of them can be customized. So keep that in mind. Now, upgrades. Some of the trains in Europe are epic rail bucket list. So why not to give them the experience to be on first or business class? We can do that for you. And also the experiences. Why not to try that good food in Barcelona and do a food secret tour that we can include it for your clients? Now, our sales proposition to all travel advisors are quite important for you to understand. And the first one that not many tour operators do, or I think we are the only ones actually, we can lock your price 2 years in advance. What does that mean? That it gives you flexibility for you to continue selling more to different clients or the same clients. Imagine you're finishing, you have booked a river cruise for next year, and you want to do the pre and post and finish have it locked right now for the price because dynamic rates changes. Prices going to be up maybe in a month. Or why you want to go back 3 months before departure and do that FIT? Have everything done at the time that you sell that, and we can do that for you. So that way, give you plenty of time for you to sell even more products. Now, instant quotes. You don't have to wait anymore 3 or 5 days for a tour operator in destinations to answer and send you a quote. We give you that an instant. You give us a call, or if you already have one of our specialist agents' email, you can send them an email, and you will get an answer right away. We are we offer extensive rail options. Remember, not only in just one country, but multi destinations. I have my clients who wants to go Portugal, Spain, France, Germany, and Italy. Everything together, and we put all those activities, transfers, and ferries also by request. Now, rail can be complicated sometimes, and we don't request from you to know as much. So why you don't put your clients on a call with us? We do three-way calling conference call. And this is great for the luxury rail. Imagine that your clients had that dream, their 50-year anniversary, to go in and do the Orient Express. It's very detailed. There is a lot of different classes on the Orient Express. We don't request you to know much that lot. So give us a call with your client and we can answer that for you. Now, selection of hotels. 3, 4, 5 star. You can combine them. Imagine that your clients are a little more price sensitive, and you say, Yvonne, I got my clients going in 3 stars on these destinations, but they want to finish in Venice in one of the palazzos. We can do that for you. Now, in some destinations, there are also apartments or small properties like Zermatt or Cinque Terre. Now, remember, we are not only in Europe or North America, anywhere around the world. And you wait, 2025, Japan is coming, so stay tuned for that. Now, what is a rail vacation? A lot of people ask me, Ivan, exactly what is a rail vacation for an FIT? Easy peasy. We confirm your sitting in the train. your sizing. You just need to ask our experts, what they can do in Barcelona, what they can do in Milano, and we will give you all those options. Like I mentioned, hotels, ferries. Your clients are looking, to experience by rail Italy, but they want to jump into Greece. We can book that, or maybe Norway or Finland. Also, the excursions, and of course, that overnight rail that everyone has the dream of. Now, Europe. You see how many networks? Every country have a different company managing that. Over 26,000 stations all over. Can you imagine making that happen for your clients? How complicated. Just sometimes you don't even get the timetables available, and we can do that for you. Let's make rail vacations easy, and that's what is Rail Bookers all about. How we are able to do that? Because we have direct contracting and great contracts with all our worldwide partnerships. Trenitalia in Italy, Via Rail in Canada, Belmont for all the luxury rail, Renfe in Spain, Amtrak and Deutsche Bank Deutsche Bahn just to make one in Germany. Let's get a video of how beautiful Italy is by rail. What a great video, right? Now, let's get started with the quiz and give some money away. Now, the way that it's going to work, I'm going to ask a question about, something that I mentioned. And the first person that answer in our Q&A chat is going to get a $50 gift card. Now, one, two, three. How many followers I have now in my Facebook page, Ivan Manzanet Railbookers? Go. Anyways, the first person answering will get. I hear that that's what I would like to have. How many I have at the moment. Anyways, you guys can be answering in the chat. Excellent. So Ramona actually is the winner for today. Excellent, Ramona. Will we contacting you on that? Let's continue with that. With more surprises coming in. Okay. Now, like I mentioned in the video, Italy is our first destination for us, and we do offer plenty of itineraries in Italy from multi destinations, which means that in the same country you can go from Rome to Florence and Venice in 2 hours each, or you decide. I have clients that want to go to Switzerland after, so we can do multi-country. Now, in this case, let me show you what is one of our top itineraries that we sell at Railbookers. That will be the Grand Venice, Florence, and Rome. This one actually includes a two-night itinerary, two-night destination in each of the locations. Now, the rail between each location is under 2 hours. How easy, reliable, and convenient is that? And remember, always central to central. which it makes much easier for you. Remember, at the same time, you are able to ask our expert the location or hotels that you would like to stay, but we will try to offer hotels close to those rail stations to make it more convenient. Now, in all these itineraries, also we offer the top or more popular attractions. Let's visit the Vatican or let's do the Uffizi um, gallery in Florence. Or let's do one of those beautiful tours in Venice to check all the channels. So I would recommend everyone to jump in our website and check the different itineraries that actually we offer in Italy. Now, Trenitalia, it's the main network in Italy, and we have direct contracting to be able to offer you up to 2 years locking the price. Now, let me tell you something about rail: the convenience and comfort. Look at the first picture on the top there. There is no middle seat. And those panoramic windows, which allows you to actually enjoy. How many times you've been on a plane and you see the only thing I see is white clouds? So this is where the convenience and comfort comes from the rail. It allows you actually to enjoy the scenery, which with a plane, you may get to Vancouver and the last 5 minutes is beautiful, but actually not that much. Or spending the time with family and friends. Look at the picture down below. These couples are preparing maybe the activities next day. So if you're traveling with family and friends, this is the comfort of the rail. And you can get up, you can go to the dining. So this is something that, as a travel advisor, we need to mention that to the convenience and the comfort that there is under traveling on rail. Now, this is also a very helpful image. Look how quick you can get from point A to point B. You know, I'm originally from Spain, like I mentioned. Now we have half speed. For example, from Barcelona to Madrid in 2.5 hours. Who would have thought? Years ago, when I was working in the train, it took me 7 hours. That you can actually finish a cruise and actually be in the same day a few hours later. The same with so keep that in mind. That rail make the convenience of the traveling because sometimes with those pre and post, your clients doesn't have that much time, and time it's very important. Now let's go to the second top destination for us, Switzerland, and one of my favorite countries. Why? I always say that Switzerland is like Canada in steroids because it's just in a small amount of space, huge, beautiful scenery, those landscapes, that's mountains, the photo of the Matterhorn. You cannot get better views than that. So let me show you a little more about Switzerland. And we'll go to make it better with a video. Is everyone ready to go to Switzerland? I am. So here is one of the top itineraries. It's called the Classic Switzerland from Milan. And this is just to give you an example that you don't need to, stop, start your trip, for example, in Lucerne or in Zurich or any destination in Switzerland. You actually can come from Milan. So it gives you the opportunity to experience that. Now, everything that we do at Railbookers is customized. So when you see an itinerary in our website, please just keep it in mind that it depends on the time, the length of the stay that your clients have, we're able to modify and be able to customize up to them. Okay, so yes, that is very important. The word today to learn customization. Now, Milan, amazing, beautiful fashion district, right? You cannot the beauty of the streets, the European scene, amazing, right? And remember, we can add any activities that you wish on any of the destinations. So it's also very important that you are able to put everything so you don't have to work that hard. You leave all the information to our experts and they will put it together. Now, I mentioned about Switzerland. Switzerland, I had the opportunity to actually be there years ago. One of my best friends actually lives in Lugano, which is in the Italian side, and I was able to experience the scenic rail. And one of them is a Bernina Express. This is something that everyone that takes a river cruise should experience, or even if you don't take a river cruise and you're just going to experience Switzerland. Marine Express is just a day trip. It's actually only takes it's a 4 hours, but the scenery that you go from them, it's out of this world. It goes over 196 bridges and 55 tunnels. It has two different classes, so it has the first class and the standard class. And this is something that I do recommend for all your clients. Remember, some of these trips are like an epic dream trip for them. So always try to upgrade your clients because you never know if they're going to have another option. Now, so also keep in mind that these scenic rail are actually quite popular. So we give you the opportunity to block the price in advance. So that way you don't have to be worried about that. Okay, so keep that in mind 2 years in advance. Now, with any Switzerland itinerary, we include the unlimited passport. This allows you to use bus, boat, or train in Switzerland during the stay of their clients. So gives them the flexibility if they're spending an extra days to actually enjoy and visit more part of the Switzerland. Now, let's get to the Glacier Express. I wish, when I was working on the train, I was one of the conductors at the Glacier Express. Glacier Express is a day train, very similar, I would say, maybe to the Rocky Mountaineer on the scenery. But like I say, Switzerland is like Canada in steroids, so much bigger. So this one goes to over 291 actually bridges and 91 tunnels. 8 hours of non-stop scenery. The landscape. This is a photo of the first class. Look at the panoramic windows. Out of this world. Now, like I mentioned with the upgrades, the Glacier Express actually offers the opportunity to go into the excellent class. Excellent class is actually a great choice. Now, however, not many seats available because there is a maximum of 20 seats. The good thing is everything got refurnished in 2019, so they're out of this world. And one thing that is important, it includes the five-course meal and appetite and aperitif. So this is an add-on that is actually quite nice to be able to experience in this train. Now, the train gets into Zermatt. I don't know if any one of you have been in Switzerland in Zermatt. Zermatt, anything that is scenery in Switzerland is very close to home. I'm actually living Whistler. I'm very fortunate to live there. And Zermatt, it's not. Zermatt is much nicer than Whistler, but it gives me the feeling that everything there is not really cars allowed in there. So everything is electric. The train station is quite close, and the hotels actually have a shuttle service that transfer with the luggage, but they are electric. And the view of the Matterhorn, which I think will be I would say, almost the second mountain in the world more photographed. Of course, Everest is always first. Now, in the itinerary, we actually include the Gonagrad, which is a great excursion that allows you to see the best views from the Matterhorn. And all this is actually included. But Also, you decide that you want to finish your itinerary in Zurich because your flight finishes or starts there. Remember, everything is where there is a train station, there is actually rail bookers. Now, I'm going to pass my word to my big boss, Chris David. He's going to keep talking about cruise extensions.
Thank you so much, Ivan, and thank you everybody for being with us today to learn a little bit more about Railbookers. One of the things that we're really focused on with our company is cruise extensions. It's actually a big proportion. About one third of our European bookings are actually somehow associated with cruise and river cruises. And we've had our product team develop an incredible portfolio of itineraries specifically designed to connect your clients with the river and ocean ports across Europe. You can search these very easy and conveniently on our website um, because they're categorized by river and port. So if you've got a client doing a Danube cruise, a Rhine cruise, you can search under that destination and find all the trips, many of them under that 7-day sweet spot that many clients are looking for when they're doing a river cruise and want to do some more traveling inland from the port. So this gives you the ability to go and see what's available, get a few really good ideas for itineraries that may work perfectly for your clients. And then, as Yvonne mentioned earlier, everything we do at Railbookers is totally customizable. So you can, use the ready-made itinerary as a template and modify it as needed, adding destinations or nights to suit your client's specific requirements. And it's not just Europe. You can see we have Alaska cruise extensions from Seward. Even if your clients are doing, some of the popular U.S. cruise ports like New Orleans, San Francisco, and New York, we can build extension packages for them as well. Another huge focus for us at Railbookers is luxury trains. In fact, this has been the biggest area of product development for us recently, is packages including the world's great luxury rail experiences like the Orient Express, the traditional Venice Simplon Orient Express, and the new Orient Express that I'm going to be talking to you about in just a moment, the Dolce Vita, which operates throughout Italy. These are similar luxury five-star trains, but completely separate, different companies. And the new Dolce Vita Orange Express, something very exciting. I'm happy to be telling you more about. We also have the Royal Scotsman in Scotland, the Rovos Rail in South Africa, the GAN and Indian Pacific in Australia, the Maharajas Express in India, the Eastern and Oriental in Southeast Asia. So really a fantastic and very extensive portfolio of luxury rail, and these are perfect for clients looking for that bucket list experience. A luxury train checks all the boxes when your client tells you, I want to do something unique, something different, something really spectacular. These are often historic trains. The food is second to none. We're talking Michelin restaurant quality on wheels. You've got very comfortable and varied cabin accommodations on the luxury trains. You can have single, twin, or double staterooms. And very often the beds are at ground level. When you think of rail cabins for overnight trains, you normally think of bunk beds. On many of the luxury trains, everything's at ground level, so very suitable for perhaps older clients or those with mobility concerns, or just wanting that extra level of luxury. Also, lots of off-train excursions. So not only are you traveling in luxury on these magnificent, historic, iconic trains, but also seeing and immersing yourself in the destination with these wonderful local cultural experiences as you're going along. So let's give you an example featuring the brand new Dolce Vita Orient Express. This train is not, in fact, yet in service. It's going to be going into service later this year, 2024. So it is brand new and very, very exciting new development in the world of rail and just in the general space of luxury travel. The train is designed in the style of the 60s. It's a mid-century aesthetic, featuring the absolute pinnacle of luxury. Um, it is one of the luxury trains where you do have a lot of off-train experiences. So as you're going along, as you travel, all the itineraries go through Italy, and as you're going through these wonderful small towns and iconic destinations in Italy, there will be included experiences where you go off the train and meet locals and experience the cuisine and do those local activities. Here's a great example of one of the itineraries, and you can see what we do with luxury rail at Railbookers is we combine the time on the train with other experiences in the destination so that you extend the package that you're offering your client from just a 2 or 3 night experience on board a luxury train to a week long or a 9 or 10 day package that combines the luxury train with some lovely hotels and additional sightseeing experiences in destinations nearby. So in this particular case, the train is going to take them from Naples down into Sicily, but we also include those 3 nights in Naples and in Rome, so you have that more comprehensive Italian experience. Just look at the style and the luxury of these staterooms on board. Truly something very unique and very special for that client, in your who's been with you for some time and really wants to do something, um, you know, at that next level of luxury and something really exciting and iconic. The dining car on this train and on any luxury train is always a highlight in terms of the decor, the style, the service. As you're served these magnificent meals by the very attentive and highly trained onboard staff. Another of the great luxury trains of Europe, which is perhaps a little bit less well known, is the Royal Scotsman, actually the sister train to the Venice Simplon Orient Express. The Dolce Vita that I've just been describing is actually owned by Accor, the famous European hotel company. The Venice Simplon Orient Express is owned by Belmond, which is a luxury rail specialist, also known for wonderful hotels in many parts of the world, but they specialize in luxury rail with trains in Southeast Asia, Peru, the famous Venice Simplon Orient Express, and the Royal Scotsman. This is a five-star hotel on wheels, which takes your clients throughout the Highlands and gives them access to all the highlights of the Scottish Highlands. As they're going along, they're stopping at these wonderful traditional Scottish estates where they'll have the chance to try out some of the famous activities that the area is known for, like clay pigeon shooting, trout fishing, go on a pony ride through a beautiful forest, or indeed play 9 holes of golf on one of the links courses. There's also a beautiful spa on board. So the Royal Scotsman is very special and a great idea for anybody among your clientele that wants to do the UK at that pinnacle of luxury and opulence. We also specialize in Alaska at Railbookers. In fact, one of our very popular destinations. Alaska has its own railroad company, although it's part of the US. The Amtrak network doesn't go that far north. Alaska Railroad is the train uh, that travels northward from Seward right into the heartland of Alaska in Fairbanks. And we have wonderful itineraries, quite a varied selection of itineraries ranging from just a few days right up to 2 weeks, taking in the various destinations along the Alaska Railroad route, most notably Denali National Park, which tends to be the highlight and the most sought after Alaska experience for most people um, traveling there. There you can see the route of the Alaska Railroad going all the way up into Fairbanks, which is quite far north in Alaska. So much so, in fact, that it's a wonderful place for the Northern Lights, and the train runs throughout the winter months on the direct service between Anchorage and Fairbanks. So our most popular itinerary in Alaska, Grand Alaska Adventure with Alaska Railroad. This takes in the main spots on that route. This one actually travels southwards from Fairbanks, so you'd fly into Fairbanks and out of Anchorage. Um, we can also customize any of the Alaska itineraries to connect with cruises when your clients are disembarking in Seward, boarding the train in Seward, and then we have a fantastic program of activities and those amazing journeys on the train. They'll do the Kenai Fjords cruise in Seward, um, and take in um, Denali National Park as well, and many other activities and sites along the way. In Fairbanks, as I mentioned, you can go there in the winter months. The train operates year round. People don't think of Alaska as a winter destination, as the cruises there only run in the summer months. And in the winter between September and I think March, the train doesn't stop along the way, but it travels directly between Anchorage and Fairbanks. And for those people who have that desire to see the Northern Lights and really kind of experience the North in winter, which is quite magical and in its own way, um, we can offer that as well. The Gold Star service is a very highly recommended upgrade on Alaska Railroad. There are two classes, Adventure Class and Gold Star. Gold Star is quite a lot like Gold Leaf in Rocky Mountain Air. You have a double level rail carriage with the restaurant on the bottom level, and then upstairs is the seating area under these magnificent glass dome panoramic windows. There's also an outdoor observation deck in Gold Star class. All your meals are included, as well as 2 alcoholic beverages on every segment of the journey. But the highlight for anyone going to Alaska is Denali, and we include a full day sightseeing excursion throughout Denali with a national park ranger. You depart from your hotel early in the morning, returning in the evening, traveling 92 miles throughout Denali and getting a very, very comprehensive and in-depth experience of the wildlife and all the most famous scenic overlooks, and really kind of making sure that you don't leave Alaska without getting fully immersed in probably one of the most famous and celebrated wilderness areas throughout the United States. We include time in Anchorage on our itineraries as well, in order to facilitate the journeys northwards to Denali via Talkeetna and southwards to Seward. You have overnights in Anchorage, but it's a destination in its own right. The gateway to the north, a lot to see and do, including cultural and historic experiences. We include the hop-on, hop-off trolley in Anchorage, so you can get your bearings and get a sense of the places that you want to see and explore in greater depth. We also have in Alaska, by the way, a whole host of the typical and most requested sort of adventures and Alaska wilderness experiences that your clients may ask for. We have private guided fishing excursion by float plane up to a remote lake. You can do flight seeing tours around Denali, the highest peak in North America, as well as dog sledding, which many people ask about. And of course, in the summer months, that's done using wheeled carts, and that's done out of Talkeetna. Canada is also a hugely popular destination for us at Railbookers out of the Canadian market. So we see a lot of domestic demand for the Canadian rail journeys, particularly going across the country on the train on the incredible Canadian, the Via Rail, iconic train that runs between Toronto and Vancouver. We also work with Rocky Mountaineer. So we have the unique ability at Railbookers to combine Rocky Mountaineer and Via Rail in the same itinerary. Before I continue with a lovely little video on Canada, I want to prepare you all for our next fastest finger question. So get your fingers ready on your keyboards to give us the answer. And our next question is going to be, can you tell me the name of the new famous luxury train operating in Italy? The new famous luxury train operating in Italy with service starting this year in 2024. The first person to give us the answer on that in the chat will receive a $50 gift card. So Ivan and I are on standby, waiting to see who can tell us the new famous luxury train in Italy. All right, I'll continue on, and hopefully we'll get that answer. But let's run our video on Canada. Is that not an awesome video? I just love that. And it's such a nice reminder what a wonderful country we have in Canada. And the train, really, the Canadian, is your front row seat on the most magnificent scenery as you go across the country. You know, you travel through the Great Lakes, across the prairies, and then you come into the Rockies and you have that just incredible spectacle as you go down from Jasper into Vancouver, and you can also do that section with Rocky Mountaineer. It's very, very popular with us. So on the quiz there, you know, I think we've just had a little bit of a consultation among the judges here, and we have decided it's probably best to have uh, two separate winners. Ramona, you are amazing. You got the correct answer on both of our questions. And but we're going to give the second $50 gift card to um, the first person other than Ramona, so that we can have a different winner on each of our questions, and that's going to be Tanya Steinbach. So well done there. So here's the most popular Canadian itinerary, Ultimate Canada in the Rockies westbound. You're starting in Toronto. You've got excursions in Niagara Falls and to see all the sights in Toronto. You then go across the country on the magnificent Canadian with different classes of service available, different sleeper categories, including Prestige, which is lovely, five-star luxury. You then have an interlude in the Rockies for 4 nights to take in all the highlights in Jasper and Banff before continuing down into Vancouver. There you have the train going past Mount Robson, the highest peak in the Canadian Rockies. Again, lovely for people to have the chance to sort of see the highlights around Toronto, Niagara Falls, you know, a wonder of the world, and a great chance to take that in when you're exploring the country. Um, on board the train, you have the opportunity to upgrade to prestige class, which really elevates the experience to a five-star luxury rail journey. You have this beautiful big wood paneled stateroom with an L-shaped leather sofa that converts into a double bed overnight. Everyone on board has access to the panorama cars, the glass domed observation cars, and having experienced this train myself, it's just lovely to be able to. It's so relaxing. You know, you have time in your stateroom, you go down to the dining car and you meet wonderful, interesting people from all over the world. You then go and spend a few hours hanging out in the observation car to watch the scenery. There are then different lounges and areas on board where you can go and sit with your laptop and maybe, you know, do a little bit of work or take in a movie. The journey takes 4 days and 4 nights all the way across the country, and just an incredibly enjoyable way to check out of the hustle and bustle of life while taking in the majesty and the beauty of our great country. We're going to conclude today's webinar with a little bit about Amtrak Vacations, our brand that covers the lower 48 US states in partnership with Amtrak, the rail operator. As Ivan mentioned, we're the official tour operator for Amtrak, which has 500 stations across 46 states throughout the lower 48. And with our product being so customizable, you know, your clients can customize any of our itineraries to start or end or include any of those stations. So if they have people to visit or they'd like to sort of tailor make a trip that includes particular cities on the Amtrak network, that's what we're all about. Glacier National Park is one of our most popular national park destinations, and the focus with Amtrak Vacations is actually the U.S. national parks. We visit 18 different national parks and have these wonderful trips which combine the excitement and the adventure of traveling by rail and seeing the country as you go on the train with time in the national park lodges. Also, very important to bear in mind from a travel agent standpoint is that we pay commission on national park lodges, we pay commission on Amtrak, all components of U.S. travel that you would not earn commission on if you book directly, you know, through those suppliers. We can book Amtrak standalone as well, as Ivan mentions. You don't actually have to combine it with any hotel or other components, and we pay um, slightly lower than our package rate of commission. It's 10% for Amtrak standalone and 12% for any of our packages that include the rail and other components. Glacier is so popular for us because it's on the Empire Builder train line that runs between Chicago and Seattle. And the train station, the Amtrak station, is actually 200 steps from the main National Park Lodge in Glacier. So there is no more convenient way to enjoy a journey into that absolutely stunning national park destination in the northern Rockies of Montana. An itinerary like this was a great example of a classic Amtrak Vacations itinerary. You have your 2 nights in Chicago with the included, architecture cruise and Chicago sightseeing. You can stay at a fantastic, iconic hotel in Chicago, like the Palmer House. Then you go on the train into Glacier National Park. 3 nights in the lodge there with your included sightseeing excursions with your park ranger taking you out on the going to the Sun Road, the very famous sightseeing road within Glacier, and then continuing on to Seattle, where you have another 2 nights with all your classic sightseeing highlights, the Chihuly Museum, the Space Needle, and everything that Seattle has to offer. There you see our client, tempting fate on the glass floor at the Chicago Skydeck. On board Amtrak, you have various different accommodation options to choose from. We always recommend, if you're on an overnight train, it's better not to go in economy, but to upgrade to some level of sleeper. So a cabin where you have a bed. And in the sleeping compartments on Via Rail and Amtrak, all your meals are included as well. So you get 3 meals a day. So it really is a fully inclusive experience where you're getting your transportation, your accommodation, and your meals in the fare for that rail journey. On Amtrak, the 2 levels of sleeping accommodation are your roomette and your bedroom. The roomette's the entry level with 2 chairs. It's a cozy but very comfortable stateroom, and the bedroom has a fully inclusive ensuite washroom right in the privacy of your own compartment. So you have your shower, vanity, and toilet right there in your compartment for those people who need the additional privacy. The dining car on Amtrak, similar to Via Rail, your tables are 4 people to a table. So if you're a couple or a single, you're paired with other people. And to me, that's honestly one of the great joys of rail travel, is these encounters you have with wonderful, interesting people from around the world, and you get to have these conversations, which add another element to the experience. I believe we have one more video to close out the presentation, so if we'll just run that. Well, wasn't it great? Just beautiful, those images of the scenic trains. Um, Folks, just to conclude, before we're going to be ending off in just a moment here, I want to remind you how to work with us at Railbookers. Really, we're a book by phone supplier first and foremost. So the way to work with us is give us a call. You'll have a private one-on-one consultation with one of our rail expert res agents who will talk you through your client's needs and help you figure out the itinerary that works best. They put it together in real time over the phone while you're on the res call, and they send you the quote instantly, immediately after the call. So that's how we operate. If you have a res agent that you've kind of worked with before and sort of you have a good rapport with, you're always welcome to work with us by email as well. So you can, for your subsequent inquiry, just send an email with what your client's looking for, and we'll put the quote together and we can work that way. Thanks so much for your time and attention, everybody. It was a pleasure to have you on, and we appreciate the opportunity to tell you more about exploring the world by rail. And we do have time for a few questions, I think. Um, and so over to you. I see a few comments that have come in that I did want to just quickly address. Tracy had asked about, had given a comment really more about Glacier. Couldn't agree more. One of the most spectacular national park destinations in the US for certain. And yes, our packages there include um, the excursion on the Going to the Sun Road. You go in these amazing historic vehicles. Glacier is an historic national park. It goes back to the early days of the National Park Service in the US, and the vehicles they use for the excursions on the through the park are these, they're called jammer buses. They're these red 1930s buses with open roofs, and the national park ranger will take you on this very famous road called Going to the Sun Road, which bisects the park right through the middle. And we also include a cruise on Two Medicine Lake, which is the other sort of famous experience there. And as with all of our stuff at Railbookers, these highlight experiences are included as part of the trip. With Glacier, I must say, book very, very far in advance because it's incredibly popular and sells out. So, for this summer, availability will be very tight. So you need to inquire already for 2025.
Lovely. We had another question earlier from John, which Yvonne did answer in the chat. But for any of our viewers who are watching on other platforms, maybe you could answer verbally. John asked, "Do I need to call the 1-800 number to set up an account, or what's the best way to set up the account?"
Yeah. So the best way to do that probably is to send us an email. Email Ivan. You can reach him through his social media, or you can reach him by his email at ivan.mansanet@railbookers.com. Maybe type that quickly into the chat, and we'll set you up. But don't be intimidated by the idea that you don't have a profile, because if you'd like to have a booking with us, all you do is call, and if we don't have you already in our res system, you just tell the res agent your IATA number, and they'll build your agency profile on the spot. So you don't actually. We've got a fantastic agent portal at Railbookers, but it's not a booking engine. It's really a resource portal with lots of marketing information, sales tools, pre-recorded videos. Yvonne, did you want to add to that?
And this is me. Hi, I'm back again here. I would like to just mention a couple of things in regard content. A lot of you are putting comments, beautiful videos, beautiful images. Please contact me anytime. We do have an amazing portal for agents login to get and promote vacation by rail. So please let give me a call, send me an email, and I will give you all the information that we have that is going to help you to promote those streets. Luxury rail, how to get from this country to this. We do have maps. So please contact me. I just put the email there also in the chat, because content and rail and videos, that's what it sells. Okay, we are here just to ensure that make easy the sell. Now, anything else, Chris, you'd like to add for today?
No, I think not. We appreciate your attention for almost the hour here, and I think we pretty much covered everything. If there are any last minute questions or comments, we're happy to address those. But
Yeah, and as we end the session today, everyone will be redirected to the Railbookers website, so you can go straight there and explore. I know everyone seems from the comments, everyone's eager for more information. So we'll also send out Ivan's email address there when we email you the recording in the next few days. So you'll have easy access to them for all your questions. But thank you both so much for your presentation today. Just wanted to mention that the recording will be uploaded on the Baxter Media YouTube channel. You can go there to see all of our past webcast recordings as well. To sign up for the future webcasts, you can click that link at the top of the chat. It's pinned there, which will take you to travelpress.com, our travel webcast portal. The next one we have is actually on Tuesday with Cunard Cruise Line, and that will be with Wade Menard. He'll be talking all about Cunard's latest updates, and we'll be giving a virtual tour of the Queen Anne, which is their new ship, which launched just earlier this month. So we're excited for that as well. But we'll wrap things up here. It's 3:00. Thank you both to Cris and Ivan. We really appreciated your presence here and all the help you gave everyone in the chat. So thanks so much, and have a great rest of your day, everyone. Appreciate you being here.
Elish, thank you for helping us coordinate and set everything up.
My pleasure.
See you then.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.